Okay, today I decided to do a um, showing of wiring an outlet. Okay, this is circuit breaker number 10. And okay, so I want to get this correct. I'm always like, which one is load and which one is line? Okay? So the one up here is coming from the attic. Okay? Let me move this thing over out of the way. The top one is coming from the attic. So that means that that's coming from our breaker box. This is our hot wire. So the wire that comes from the breaker box is called the line wire. And sometimes that's just called the hot wire, because if the power was on, this would be dead because it's not connected to this part. That's how it makes sense. That's why I call it hot or line. And this one is called load. And load is the traveler wire. So it will travel to the next outlet, which is over there. Okay? So that makes sense. Now I like to make up a story. I used to make up stories about how the traveler carries a current out into the world, over to the next outlet, and then this is source power. I forget about what stories that I used to come up with, but I do remember I was trying to connect that to Ren a long time ago when he was standing out on the street with a pink car, and he had a shirt on that either said load or line. I don't remember, but that's the... And then somebody wrote, you need to start introducing some of your new music. And I was like, taking that as if somebody was talking to me about some of the things that I had written that were not all about past experiences. So that's one of the memories. So this is our semi-automatic wire splicer. It's just a little bit short, so we're gonna do that. Alright, we didn't get that very good, did we? There we go. Better. Now this is 14 gauge wire. Okay. So that means that our outlet looks like this, which looks different than a 20 gauge because it does not have a slit in the sides. Okay, so we make sure these are all straightened out enough. See that really well, can't you? I don't know how to comment on the asylum. Okay, now first let me talk about this. Silver is the white. Black is the brass. Okay, there's holes on the back of that. You can just slip them right in there. As long as you got 14-gauge wire. You gotta make sure that you get them in the right side. So let's do it the other way. I guess it doesn't matter on that. Just not stuck that in the top. Ah. Stick in there again. Alright, try again. Okay, got it. There we go. Alright. Just get this side down a little bit. Anyway. Let's use this scissors. Just sand it down. Okay, you see what's happening? That is not going in the back of our thing, of our outlet, so that tells me that this is probably a 12-gauge wire, which has happened on a lot of the wiring around here. But it says that is okay for a 12 gauge to be connected to a 14 gauge on a 15 amp, according to our internet instructions. So we're gonna have to do it another way. Like, fiddling around, fiddling around, fiddling around. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Wire gauge measure. 14. Where's 12? Okay, we got 14. Okay, yeah. Don't fit. Fits the 14. Okay, it doesn't even, that's strange. It doesn't even have a 12 gauge on this thing. It's like that's one of the most common wires that you use. Okay. Well, let's look at this one. We got 12 gauge right here. Okay, right there. Let's see what it does. It's no. It'll fit in the 13. I don't know if I like this thing, man. It's like, maybe I just don't know how to use it, but it seems strange. Okay. Continuing on. So what we'll do is wrap these around the screw. There's my pliers. Okay. Well, I didn't get as prepared as I should have. There they are, right there. So what we do with the ground wire, that's how I do it. I wrap them together, and then I use one of these with a crimper. Wait, that's not. Oh yeah, I just had a screw in it. One of these ground wire crimpers, and then I'll take one wire. Wrap it around there. Looks like that. Oh, you want to get it closer to your exhaust? I did it. I guess I can get it on there tighter than that a little bit. Let's see. There you go. Okay. And then I wrap it around the ground wire screw, which is a green screw. Okay, then we'll take some electric tape on the side here. That's what I like to do. Now, what was I going to talk about? Oh, with the asylum video. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I think we're okay. My inner voice said that we successfully completed our case. And curative way. And also, my inner voice said the end of the week, the end of the week, the end of the week. So I'm pretty sure that's good news. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna keep working at this room. Okay, that is important. As you can see, I got a lot more painting done. Still gotta continue finishing my painting. But we're good to go, man. We're good to go. So I think on this, I'm gonna use some longer machine screws, because I have to use, I'll show you. I use these spacers behind the screw so that I can get the outlet in the correct place with the plywood. As you can see, it's back in there behind the drywall, so sheetrock. Like, this is interesting in how I feel doing these things on video camera. Also, my inner voice said, like, when I asked him to tell me some answers about our relationship, he said, do you really want to do homeschool? So that's kind of a pretty good indicator of what our plan is going to be. Because he said, do I really want to be a homeschool teacher? Yeah. That's my ambition. Ambition seems like a good word for it. And it's relevant to what I'm sort of doing here, and it's relevant to what I want to do later with our family. He says he's got all kinds of ideas about it, so that's exciting, very exciting. Alright. I think we're going to need a much longer one. Let me go get my box. Just a second. Ouch. Electricians. What's that say? Electrician screw kit. Weird to look at it on the video camera. Alright, let's see here. This size? Now, electrician screws are screw size 6. Okay? Sometimes you have I think for like light fixtures, it can be electrician screw size 8. But it's usually, I'm pretty sure, one of those two. It's going to be, for metal game boxes and stuff, it's usually going to be size six. Yeah, I don't know how many spacers we might need to use on there. like it might be. Three each. Now those spacers are also something that you use for pegboard. So let's see if 3 will do to hold it up against the wall so you can get your pegs in there. You know about, like, we can talk about, this has gone on for a while, hasn't it? The fear of somebody cheating on you and all those things, and like trying to figure out what's going on. It's become too stressful for me. Like, it's either going to work out or it's not, and I'm not going to spend all of my time worrying about something that I don't understand and can't do anything about. Like, it's it's become too much. Like, trying to think about all of those things. I can only compare it to a past self, which is not anything like the person I am now. So I'm just not gonna be able to do anything but try. Like, it's been so, like, it's been, I haven't even ever had sex in this house. And I've lived here for 8 years. And it's been way longer than that. It's been longer ago than I've lived in this house. And basically, in my 30s, I was not even having very much sex. So, and then it became nothing once I moved in here. So, for me to try and go back and be like thinking I deserve anything like that, it's just simply not true. We can't do that to ourselves. Like, just can't. I obviously wouldn't be with somebody if they're gonna cheat on me. It's not gonna work. And worrying about it ain't gonna be anything productive for me to do. So if the inner voice was accurate about us getting to meet each other or whatever's gonna happen, and we'll see what happens with that. Main thing to realize in life is that you shouldn't be anyway in any kind of relationship in which you wouldn't want the other person to do those things to you. Okay? That's it. That is quite a simple philosophy to live by. One of the going way back, whenever I was at Big Springs, I had told the people there that I was gonna fucking get a reality TV show started about what was going on in the mental institutions. And it's very strange what kind of situation I've ended up in. Because, like, when you have stuff like that happen, it's kind of like, okay, they say don't ever say anything drunk that you wouldn't say sober. Well, you don't drink anymore, but you still have to, like, I don't drink anymore. So I still have to think about this. Don't be saying things out loud that you're gonna do if you really wouldn't do it. Okay? Whether that is about like cheating on a person because you're angry, or saying that you're, these horrible things because you're in a fight, or whatever it is. Just don't say anything if you would never actually want to do it, because then you're gonna be, if that really comes to like an actual job that you have to do, you better be freaking careful, man. And I've learned a lot about, be careful what you ask for, be careful about all kinds of things when it comes to drama, because now you can see that's nice and flat against there. We have 4 spacers, and this is our length of screw right here. You just got to be really fucking careful what you say, because it's odd how things can occur based on what you're speaking out into the world. So when I have said that I want to be the mother of many children and be a homeschool teacher and be in a marriage, I can't help but believe that these things might actually happen, because so many of the other things that I didn't really think could happen have happened. And good things have come out of a lot of the things that I've done with my life, but there are some things that, you learn, you live and learn. You be very careful what you're saying. You be very careful what you're saying. Let me go get a electric plate, put on there, and then we've successfully completed that. Let me tighten that down just a little bit more. Okay, now we'll see how that lines up with our plate. Hopefully it's good. Okay. This video went longer than I thought it would, but these are things where I'm like, okay, I can pretty much do anything around my house on a video camera so that we can get to know each other. And I can improve upon my skills and abilities and share them with the world. I mean, everybody might, like I said about exercising, okay? It's not the fact that there's plenty of people that know how to do those exercises. That's not the point of it. The point of it is to open myself in a way where I can get this relationship going. Okay, it's a good opportunity. You use whatever you've got when you don't know what to do. Okay? You do. Okay, so I'm getting some rubbing alcohol to take the marker off the back of this, because what I do, I'll just show you in a second. Is I write the breaker box number on the back of the cover. Okay, I'm pretty sure, like, there might be some little extra paint that I do here, but for now, it's good enough. Alright. Very nice. Okay. Well, that's all we got for today. I'm gonna, of course, finish up doing some of my painting, but I'm trying to do more videos of what is going on with the pantry room. I might have quite the collection after I finish everything, but it's educational. It's good for you to talk about things that you've learned how to do, and who knows who could ever need it. And then plus everything else I said. Good day. Good day. Good day.